Oh my god, Lynn, I can't believe you just did that. How can you be so horrible?
I'm the one who's horrible? Have you looked in the mirror lately, homewrecker?
For the last time, I'm not a homewrecker. And yeah, you're the horrible one considering you just decided to try and have a go at me during my husband's funeral. I mean, even on such a sad and emotional day where we should be remembering a wonderful man, you'd rather yell and scream about his will and who gets his money? If there is anyone who is cold-hearted and just downright nasty, it's you.
Says the woman who stole my husband away from me. We were happy before you came along. Then you just had to steal his attention and take him for yourself. You didn't care if you were destroying a family. As long as you got your hands on Andrew, you were happy. And don't think I don't know why you were so desperate to be with him. I know you were just after his money. And how convenient that, now that he's gone, you'll be able to have all of his wealth to yourself. Or at least, that's what you think.
I don't know where you get off accusing me like this, but it's not true in the slightest. I loved Andrew with all of my heart and he loved me too. I wasn't interested in his money. He could have been broke and I still would have loved him. You were the one who was obsessed with his money. It was the main reason he left you. You were never happy with him and what he did for you, always wanting him to spend more or take you to more lavish places. He got sick and tired of never being able to live up to your expectations and your constant demands. That's why he left you. I didn't meet him until he had actually separated from you.
We were still technically married. He had literally only been separated for like a month.
He had no plans on getting back together with you. I'm sorry, but it's true. We fell in love shortly after we met. But I wouldn't have gotten involved with him if he had still been in a relationship. But he had ended that relationship with you.
Only because you got in the way. We would have gotten back together if you hadn't been there. And as for the money, you don't deserve anything. It's a good job that his will still leaves everything to me.
Don't you hear yourself? Only interested in his will. It doesn't even matter. I've seen his will before, when he was rewriting it, and it didn't mention you.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
What do you mean?
I know my husband, and he wouldn't have left me with nothing. In fact, I know he's left me pretty much everything in his will, as we wrote it together, and that includes the house, which leads me to this. I want you to move out of my house by the end of the day.
Excuse you?
My house. I want you to move out. It's only fair. You took my husband from me, so I have the house. It's what I'm owed for the heartache that both he and you put me through.
Hang on. You already got half of everything that he had in the divorce. You're not owed anything else, especially not the house. Andrew and I built our life up there. It was our home. Nothing to do with you.
It doesn't matter. It's mine now, and I want to move into it as soon as possible. I've always thought that it was a nice place to live.
You can't do this.
I can, actually. The will leaves everything to me.
I'll be having a talk with the attorney to see about that.
Feel free to do that. You'll only be disappointed.
Pierce, have you had time to have a look at Andrew's will properly? It's just, I think Lynn and her attorney are trying to do something. I don't know, not quite right. It just seems quite fishy.
Hey Haley, I'm so sorry for your loss, and I want you to know that I'm here for you, okay?
Thanks, Pierce.
As for the will, it all seems in order. I'm sorry to say, however, there is one little discrepancy that I'm currently still looking into, so I'll have to get back to you on that. Hopefully it won't take too long, maybe a day or so, but because the will is still in contention, it should be okay. Lynn won't be able to access it until all of this is cleared up.
That's good. I just can't believe it's come to this, though. I was sure that the will Andrew made had left nothing to Lynn. I don't care if it goes to me or not. He could have left all of his money to a charity and I wouldn't care. I just don't want it to go to that horrible, money-grabbling ex of his.
Don't worry, I'm looking into this as thoroughly as I can. There's just something that's not quite right about this whole thing, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. You can count on that.
What do you think is so weird about the will?
Well, it's the way it's worded. It all seems a bit too good to be true. Too much like a professional has done it. I mean, I know attorneys write up people's wills all the time, but they don't usually put in a bunch of fancy words and stuff for no reason. But this one has all of that. It's almost like whoever wrote this did it subconsciously, meaning that they wrote like this every day. Only people like me, attorneys, really do that.
What? So you're saying that Lynn's attorney might have tampered with the will? Or even forged a new one?
It's possible.
Well, come to think of it, when I saw the will, I thought that the signature on the bottom of it looked quite strange. It didn't look quite like Andrew's. I just couldn't be sure as it had a lot of similarities to his usual signature. I just thought that perhaps he had done it quickly because he might have been rushing or something.
His signature? I'll have to have a look at that.
Thank you for doing this, Pierce. I can't believe that I'm having to try and sort all of this out when my husband's only just passed away. All I want to do is take the time to mourn properly, but Lynn just isn't letting me do that.
I'm sorry. Hopefully we can get this all sorted out soon and you'll be able to put her out of your mind and life.
Hopefully.
I'll message you if I find anything suspicious.
Okay, thanks.
Oi, Haley. I hope you're not getting too comfortable. You might have stopped me from taking the house for now, but that's not going to last long. Once the judge sees the will, he'll rule in my favor, and then you're out of there.
Why are you so horrible, Lynn? I mean, was it not enough that you drove your husband away? Now you've got to bother me and make an already difficult time even worse?
Oh, don't pretend to be upset. We both know you only got together with Andrew for the money. I mean, I did the same thing. Only he decided that he wanted to go and leave me to be with you. But if you think for 1 second that I'm just going to sit back and watch you take all of the money that I deserve, then you're sadly mistaken.
You might have only been with Andrew for his money, but that's not true for me. I loved him, and I'm going to make sure that none of his belongings or money go to you. He wouldn't have wanted that to happen.
You can try whatever you like. Nothing's going to change the fact that I'm going to win, and you're going to end up penniless on the streets.
I wouldn't get so cocky if I were you. Things might not go how you want them to.
What do you mean? Haley, tell me what you mean right now.
You'll see.
Haley, I swear, answer your phone right now. You gold-digging she-devil. How dare you?
Oh, hello, Lynn.
Don't give me that. How dare you steal my money?
Well, as the judge ruled, it isn't your money.
Yes, it is. The documents you showed him were fakes. You don't deserve the money. It's mine. So give it to me, now.
The documents that I gave the judge weren't fakes at all. Actually, you know that they weren't, as the documents you provided were fakes.
I don't know what you're on about.
Actually, you do. I knew that you were up to something as soon as I saw that phony will. I must admit, it was very well written. It almost had my attorney fooled. But there was just one thing that made it quite obvious that it was fake.
Well, what was that then? Not that I'm admitting to anything, but if something was wrong with the will, what was it?
You're so obvious it's actually painful to watch. If you must know, it was the signature.
What? The signature was perfect. I know it was.
Actually, it was almost perfect. But I know my husband's handwriting. I mean, I lived with him for over 20 years. I've signed many cards, papers, and little love notes with him. So if I wasn't able to notice the subtle differences with the signature, I'd be ashamed of myself.
But
once I pointed that out, Pierce went over all the old documents that Andrew had once signed and checked all of the signatures. Sure enough, there were subtle differences which proved that the signature was false.
well, That can't be right. My attorney made sure everything was in order.
Yeah, about that. Once we discovered that your version of the will was fake, Pierce decided to look into that attorney of yours. Turns out, he has a pretty impressive track record.
What do you mean?
Well, apparently, for the last few years, your attorney has come into a lot of money. Coincidentally, it has all come from the families who he has done the wills for. After a little bit of digging, we found out that he has been forging wills for people in exchange for a percentage of the inheritance.
Oh, no. Well, I never knew that. If I had, I never would have hired him.
Uh-huh. Sure you wouldn't. But there's nothing to worry about now. He has been arrested for forgery and is looking at a little bit of jail time. The police are just looking into those who helped him now. Hopefully, they'll be brought to justice soon.
What? But surely they don't actually have any idea about who could have been involved, right?
After they have a look through all the wills he's worked on in the last few years, they will know exactly who he worked with. So it looks like your time is running out, Lynn.
Ugh, you witch. I haven't done anything wrong. I deserve that money, not you. I was his wife first. You're just some horrible homewrecker.
And you're a vile shrew. Thankfully, you'll be getting what you deserve soon enough.
I hate you. What have you even done with the money? You don't even need it.
I've kept a little for myself to help tide me over, but the majority I've given to different charities. They need it more than I do.
Ugh, why would you do that? If you didn't want the money anyway, why not just give it to me? You're so selfish.
Actually, I think you'll find that giving to charity is the opposite of selfish, not that you would know.
Just you wait. I'll get you back.
I don't think you can do that from jail. Anyway, I've got things to do now. Goodbye, Lynn. Good luck in jail.
Stop saying that. I'm not going to jail. Haley.
Just like I had thought, Lynn was found to have tampered with Andrew's will along with her attorney. This is a major crime, and she was sent to prison for a few months and forced to pay a hefty fine. I was finally able to mourn my husband properly once all of the drama had been sorted. And whilst I missed him every day, I'm happy in the knowledge that his money was put to good use and not given to someone as horrible and selfish as his ex-wife. Treasure those that you love, and remember it's the time you spend with them that is important, not any money or inheritance that you might get once they're gone.
Sasha! Sasha, are you there? I have something I really need to talk to you about. It's about the $1,500 you send me every month. The thing is that I went to the bank today to make sure that it had been deposited, but it wasn't there. Hi, Mom. Yes, that is right. The money hasn't been sent yet. It is still the 24th. I send the money on the 25th every month, remember? Oh, is that right? I suppose it is, isn't it? I guess I was just one day off. Oops. But really, Sasha, you should know better than to get my hopes up like that. Now it feels like I've lost all that money. I think that as a fine for your bad behavior, you should send me the money right away. I'm sorry, Mom, but that is not going to happen. What did you just say? You insolent little brat. Are you not listening to your own mother now? I don't even know who you've become, but you certainly aren't the daughter I raised you to be. Mom, I don't want to fight, so I am not even going to touch on what you just said. But anyways, I only have $1,000 in the bank right now anyways. Are you serious, Sasha? Honestly, what kind of person did I raise if you don't even have basic common sense about how to spend and save money? I bet you just wasted it all on frivolous things. Well, fine. If that's all you have to send to me right now, then I guess I will take it. No, Mom. That's not all the money I have to send you. It's all the money I have. I can't send it to you. I don't want to hear any excuses. Send me that $1,000 this instant. And of course, I'll still be expecting the $1,500 as usual tomorrow. Mom, you are not listening to me. Again. I can't send you the $1,000, and I certainly won't be able to pay you that plus your usual $1,500. Why does it seem to be your goal in life to disappoint your own mother, huh? I don't care if you can't do it. Just make it happen. Mom, how am I supposed to afford basic things for myself if I do that? So now you're saying that you think your life is more valuable than my life. I cannot believe what I am hearing from you, Sasha. Now you go to the bank right away and transfer that money into my account. No, Mom. That won't be happening today. But tomorrow, I promise you that your money will be there like it has been every month for almost a decade now. Excuse me. You will listen to your mother. Do you understand me, young lady? Okay, Mom. I need to get back to work. We will talk later. Sasha! You respond to your mother, or you are in big trouble! Do you hear me?
Hey, Sasha. Is everything alright? You look like something was really bothering you at work today.
Oh, Jack, did I really?
Don't tell me that your mom has been getting on your back again.
Well, basically, yes. She mixed up the date and thought that she would be getting her money today when it is really getting there tomorrow. But she got so mad at me for her own mistake and was complaining a lot. Even after I pointed out to her that it is still the 24th, she just got even more upset. Then she said that I should pay her $1,000 today as well as her usual $1,500 tomorrow to make up for getting her so angry today.
Wow. She really has some nerve. I am really sorry to hear all that, Sasha. But don't tell me that you actually paid her all of that.
No, of course not. I don't fall for her games that easily, you know.
Yeah, I imagine you must have a lot of experience dealing with her by this point. You've got the patience of a saint, Sasha.
Thank you. That really means a lot that you said that.
And also, I'm sorry for not asking if you were okay in person at the office when I noticed.
Oh, Jack. I'm not your responsibility. You don't need to worry about that. Besides, I know that you have plenty of work that you need to take care of. That, and it wouldn't really solve the real problem at hand anyways. So it really is okay.
I see. Well, I appreciate you talking to me about all this. By the way, Sasha, you've been sending your mom this money every month for 10 whole years. I didn't want to say anything earlier, but I'm worried that if something doesn't change soon, this might really start affecting us and our financial future.
I know, Jack. You're right. But that woman... You know it was her cheating on my dad that caused my parents to split up. And because of that, my mom wasn't granted any alimony. And then my dad ran off and never paid any child support. And even without all that money, she was able to raise me and see me off through high school. But now all she says whenever I tell her no is that I should be more grateful to her for all that she has done.
Sasha, none of that is your fault, and it is absolutely not something that I think you ever need to apologize for. But I think that we might have some big changes coming in our lives soon, and it is time to seriously consider our future as a family.
You're right, Jack. Right about everything.
Oh, and that reminds me. You still haven't told your mom that we moved in together, right?
No, I haven't gotten around to it yet.
And does your mom still not even know who I am?
That's right. But it's not just your name. She doesn't even know you exist.
I think I have an idea of how we can use this to our advantage.
What do you mean by that?
Sasha, I'm going to ask you to trust me. I think I have a really good idea, but I want you to leave it up to me.
What is it?
Well, your mom just really seems to be driven by her emotions, which can change on a dime. So I think we can use that. But I'll tell you more about my plan later.
Okay. That sounds good, Jack.
Sasha, we have a serious problem and you better fix it. A problem? But I already got the confirmation from the bank that the $1,500 was transferred into your account. Yes, the usual payment was deposited, but you are still $1,000 short. Mom, we talked about this the other day, remember? I said that I couldn't and wasn't going to pay you that $1,000. I have been living on the bare minimum so that I could send you the money. In fact, the way things are going now, I might have to start sending less or nothing at all. Do you understand what I'm saying, Mom? This is serious. Well, yes. Everything you said is true. I'm glad you understand. Okay then. I still have some housework I need to get to, so I'll be leaving. Hold it right there, young lady. Because I need to tell you, I've actually thought of a way that you could send me $10,000 a month instead. What? Mom, is this another one of those pyramid schemes? I'm going to ignore that because I'm kind. And because in order for this to work, I need your help. Oh, jeez. Okay, Mom. Tell me about your plan. Because if I am being honest, I have a difficult time believing that something claiming to make an instant $10,000 is anything but some terrible scam. Either you getting scammed or you trying to scam someone else. This isn't going to get us into any trouble with the police or anything like that, will it? Of course it's nothing like that. Everything is going to be fine. Okay then. Tell me about your plan, Mom. Sasha, my plan is that you are going to marry a man that I have picked out for you. Excuse me? I'm going to what? Besides, this will be a good thing for you too, won't it? You'll end up with such an amazing husband. This guy is the president of an IT company. That means he has got to be loaded and certainly won't miss $10,000 every month if it's for his mother-in-law. Mom, I really don't even know what to say to this. Where can I even start? I know! It's all happened so fast that even I can hardly believe it. But yesterday, a man came to visit suddenly and told me his whole story. I was so shocked. I don't really have the full story on him, but I guess that somehow he saw you and knew that it was love at first sight. I'll be honest with you, Sasha. I really don't know what a man like that would see in a daughter who is only good for sending her mother money. And barely so at that. But I always say to never look a gift horse in the mouth, so here we are. And besides, none of that matters at the end of the day, because if you marry him, then he'll surely pay me my $10,000 a month. Mom, don't you think all of this sounds a little too good to be true? I thought the same things. But don't worry, dear. Your mom did her research. He even had papers to show me to prove who he was. He even gave me a signed note guaranteeing all of what he was saying. So you see, there really is nothing to worry about. The only thing left for you to do is marry this guy. Mom, this is all happening so fast. I have to think about now. I think I'll need a little time to reorganize my thoughts. I'll message you back soon. Jack, did you happen to pay a visit to my mother recently?
Oh, Sasha. I did actually. I was just about to message you to talk about it. Let me guess. Your mom messaged you just now?
Yeah, like just a minute ago. I couldn't really understand everything she sent, but she was telling some story about how some rich guy who fell in love with me promised my mom $10,000 a month if I married him or something like that. She said he even gave her a signed document guaranteeing all of this.
I wonder if the note said something like, in exchange for receiving Sasha as a bride, I will stop the monthly payments of $1,500. $10,000 will be paid in reconciliation.
Jack, what did you do?
And then it probably continued on to say something like, given that giving away her only daughter will prevent her from living the life she is used to, Lois Green will be paid $10,000 to upkeep her lifestyle. Or something to that effect.
Jack, what is all of this?
What's the matter? Did I say something weird?
Yeah. Do you think this is normal?
I guess not. Anyways, after that, I also went to go pay a visit to your dad, too.
What? You went and saw my dad?
And Sasha, You are not going to believe the lie that your mom has been keeping up this whole time.
What? You mean my mom has been hiding something?
Sasha, your dad actually did pay your mom alimony as well as child support.
Are you serious?
Every month he sent her $1,500, just like you. He kept it up every month for years until you turned 18, when the payment stopped.
So then, she lied to me. For all these years.
I guess so. I'm so sorry to be the one to be telling you all of this. But your dad said that he never missed a single check because he wanted what was best for you. He said there were times when he was living on the edge of bankruptcy, but still made his payments every single month.
But in high school, Mom made me find a part-time job because she said we didn't have enough money and I would need to contribute.
Well, you have all this information now. You can confront your mom if you really felt like it.
I don't really know. But something is telling me that this would be better left alone.
Are you sure about that?
If you have some kind of plan to make everything right, then I am all ears. But I really just don't have the stomach to try and directly confront my mom. But thanks to what you've just told me, I really feel as if I could finally cut her off and be at peace with it. Maybe it would just be easier if I faded out of her life.
If that is what you think the best decision for you is, then I won't say anything. Anyways, I also went and picked up the marriage documents. Would you mind if I went over to your place?
Of course you can. I'll see you in a bit. Sasha! Guess what? Jack, that man I was telling you about, he just transferred $10,000 to my bank account. I guess that must mean that you finally came to your senses and married him, huh? That must be it. I knew deep down you were a good girl who listened to her mother. And now I get $10,000 a month! You really did finally make your mother proud. Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, right. I see what happened. You're mistaken. He actually said he's going to cease all payments. What? No. You're mistaken. He is stopping your payment of $1,500 and replacing it with his $10,000. Oh, are you sure about that? Don't start with me, Sasha. Of course I'm sure. Anyways, I've already moved out of my old apartment and decided to live in a hotel suite from now on. And with this kind of money coming in, I won't even have to keep my job. I quit earlier today, actually. Oh, Sasha. It's like I've become some sort of celebrity or something with the lifestyle I'll have now. It is so great having so much money. I'm just so happy. Sasha, I need you to transfer that $10,000 to my bank account right now. Oh, this is really bad. I reached out to Jack again and told him that we had an agreement and that he offered me $10,000 a month in exchange for marrying you. And he turned around and told me that $10,000 a month was never part of the agreement. He told me that he agreed to pay me $10,000 as a kind of ballast to help me while I figured out how to live on my own since you wouldn't be paying me anymore. But that's not all. Then I got a call from a lawyer claiming to represent your father, claiming that I was misusing the child support money. How did it all come to this? I just don't understand. This is really bad. I don't know what to do. I thought I would be getting all this money monthly. That's why I chose this hotel. Between the room fee and room service, I've already gone through all the money. Oh, this is bad. Really, really bad. That's why I need you to listen to me right now, Sasha. I need you to send me the $10,000 instead. That way, I can buy some time for myself and try to think of a way out of this mess. Hurry and send the money now! Are you listening to me, Sasha? Sasha, are you there? It's an emergency. The money I asked for never made it into my account, and so I had to check out of the hotel. I thought that I would go to live together with you in your apartment, but when I got there... Sasha, why didn't you tell me you had some other girl roommate? And then I tried to call your work so I could talk to you. And they told me that you transferred out of the company 6 months ago. Did you move? Sasha, I know you're there. You can't just abandon your mother like this, Sasha. Answer me right this second or you'll be in big trouble. Sasha! So, my mom was really in a bind. We were worried that she might try and show up at our office one day. But then we realized that without money, there was no way she could afford to travel all the way to come see us. That's why I think she made the smart choice to apply for a job at a temp agency not far from her home. She was so blinded by money that she thought nothing would ever go wrong for her again. And now she works around the clock in horrible conditions for a lousy company, barely eking out an existence. I received messages from her asking for help. To be honest, after supporting her for all these years, as terrible as she was even, it still wrenched my heart seeing her suffer. But Jack told me that this is what she deserved for living off of other people's money for so long. In the end, I decided to completely cut her out of my life. I even went to the cell phone store and had my number changed.